Hey guys, Ivan here and welcome to the Old School Labs newscast, and we have the finals of the Arnold Classic 2020 Open Division, of course, and here is your top 4, most likely. We are sure about the top 3, but we're not exactly 100% certain about that 4th spot. You're gonna see why in a moment, but here you can see these 3 or 4 guys, how they compare, and I don't know about you guys, but I definitely do notice that Big Ramy improved. He looks sharper at the night show. Dexter Jackson looks also improved, sharper, amazing. I actually right now have Dexter winning the show. We're gonna talk about that a little bit furthermore. And Bonac looks maybe just a little bit softer than at the morning show. So, I mean, he's quite there, you can say, but he's a little bit softer, I would say. Just a little bit. So, Dexter Jackson improved, Big Ramy improved, but still not enough. And William Bonac maybe just a little bit faded, but only a tiny little bit. He's almost the same, basically. Steve Kuklo, I think he's taking that 4th spot. I was thinking maybe Sergio can take it, maybe somebody else, maybe Akim, but I don't really see that happening. Steve has the angle right here. I think he stepped like whole foot in front of the other guys, but yeah, it works for him. He looks bigger than Big Ramy in this lineup, basically, and that's gonna secure his 4th spot in this lineup. Look at Dexter here. Also, look at Ramy. He doesn't look so bad in the side chest. His glutes are the most shredded glutes that Big Ramy ever brought. Honestly, the conditioning, it's not good. Lower back is horrible. He has wrinkles. Right now, not so much. Earlier this morning, that lower back was just horrible. Right now, it somehow got tighter. I don't know what the hell he did, but apparently it got tighter. A little bit, yeah. Look at here, Dexter, what he's doing. He took a pretty big step and he got the angle. He's dwarfing Bonac right now. And he has the details. He's shredded. He is shredded as hell. I mean, that's the blade, right? Big Ramy, once again, his glutes were never this peeled, but his back is just bad. I mean, very watery. Right now, much better than this morning, as I said, but yeah, improved. Dexter Jackson, at this point, look at the details, look at the small, tiny waist from the back. He beats Bonac in this pose, I can tell that much. And this is a very good pose for Bonac, actually. He's very thick, but not so much right now. He got a little bit softer. I actually have Dexter winning the show. As far as the 2nd spot, I will still have to go with Bonac, not Big Ramy, unfortunately. I thought Big Ramy might pull the win, but no. After seeing everything, he's just too soft. He needs to come much sharper if he wants to beat these guys. Because yeah, he's much bigger than them, but that's not really that important. All these guys have a lot of mass. And they all have good shape and everything. It's just about the conditioning at this point, basically. Big Ramy doesn't have small waist like Dexter, but he has more prominent abs. He has really good developed abs, but Dexter doesn't have any abs to show. He has tiny small waist, but no abs. And Ramy also has huge, enormous quads that absolutely make his waist look even smaller than it is, and those broad shoulders as well. But you can definitely notice that his waist is not exactly tiny waist like Dexter's, right? And William Bonac also not known for having the smallest waist ever. So that was your first call out. That's your top 4, most likely. I'm saying most likely because we're not sure about Steve Kuklo because he's going to jump in the 2nd call out as well. So this is basically just giving the shot to the other guys, so the other 3 guys, so they can just compare them to Steve Kuklo, so they can actually be sure that nobody else deserves that 4th spot better than him. So right here they put Sergio in the middle, which basically means that Sergio in the middle with Steve, which means that Sergio is going to be either 4th or 5th. Now you could go either way basically, but I'm gonna go with Steve still. Sergio has more straighted glutes. He has more live muscle, deeper separations, deeper cuts. I like to use that word. Steve's muscle looks dead, but he has the symmetry, he has the proportions, he has the conditioning. He doesn't have the deep separation, no, but still he has everything else. He does have everything else. Now the judges are actually putting him on the side and basically choosing to take a closer look in Sergio Oliva versus Cedric McMillan comparison. It seems like they're not really considering Akim for that 4th position. He's probably going to be the last place in this lineup. Cedric also kind of got a little bit sharper. I mean, definitely sharper, but still not very sharp. And his abs, his midsection is getting worse every year and every show. I don't know what is going on with it. His waist is not big, it's pretty small. He doesn't have a bubble gut or something like that, but his abs are just getting more messy. As far as Sergio, I would have to say that he is the most improved bodybuilder. Him and Max Charles. Max Charles, I think he should have got a chance in this lineup right here. Not in the first call out, of course, but in this call out, sure. I mean, what he doesn't have is legs, and he has veins all over his body, so not exactly super aesthetic. But here you can compare Cedric and Sergio. Sergio improved so much. Guys, he's compared to some of the top guys. Imagine if he actually won in this lineup, in this call-out actually, and was called with the top 3, with Big Ramy, William Bonac, and Dexter. That would be huge. Because, guys, Sergio Oliva, that's a huge name. Sergio Oliva Sr., you know? So this is legacy right now that is going on at this Arnold Classic. This is amazing things. When I watched Sergio Oliva's posing routine, I'm gonna make a video about it probably. He wasn't very secure, he was a little bit clumsy, but I got chills. Man. There was Arnold taking a selfie of him, and he competed against his father back in the days, and now his son is on Arnold's stage, and he's doing a similar routine like his father, and he's actually battling it with the top guys. So Sergio seems to be very focused, and I can definitely see him in the future, maybe in a couple of years, in those top lineups. I'm gonna also make a video where I'm gonna compare him and Patrick Moore, because those two guys had some controversy about them before the show, and Sergio Oliva definitely proved that he's a better bodybuilder, basically. But, you know, Patrick came off with conditioning. Who knows what would happen if Patrick was on, but as far as the size, he's not on that level, no. And it's really surprising to see Sergio being compared to Cedric, to Steve Kuklo, and to the beast Hakeem Williams, and not being dwarfed at all, actually pretty much dominating this stage, right? He's dominating in this lineup, I would say so. I mean, who else? In my eyes, it's between him and Steve Kukla, but Steve is just a little bit bigger and fuller, although Sergio has better conditioning, he has deeper separation. Look at Sergio's quads and compare them to Steve's. Sure, Steve has the conditioning, but where are the cuts, where are the separations, where are the feathers? Nothing going on, all is dead. And this most muscular of Sergio Oliva Jr. really looks good, much better than before, so he definitely improved significantly, definitely. Really big improvements he made. Let's also take a look at the last call out, the third call out, and here you can see first Johnny O. Jackson, then there is Morgan Aist, there is Patrick Moore, Max Charles, Victor Martinez, and Josh Lenartovitz. Josh disappointed big time, but considering all the trouble that he had with his head tumor and all the surgeries and all the headaches and so on, he's good actually. Morgan Aist came, I think he's the most conditioned guy at this lineup, at this show actually. He came really grainy, especially through the glutes and the quads. He came really conditioned, but he doesn't have the structure, the shape, he's too tall, he doesn't have enough muscle, so no, he's not considered to be in 2 first callouts. He's definitely somewhere in that last callout, probably not the last spot. I would give him probably better placement than Johnny O. Jackson. Not sure about Victor Martinez. Max Charles, wow. Big improvements. Under the whip of Milos Sarcev, he definitely did make some changes. And Milos Sarcev is brutal, you know. He has those craziest protocols, really. And he really dried him out. He carved him up properly. Great job, Milos. I mean, look at this. Again, Johnny O. Jackson came back from retirement. He thought he looked good enough to be in this stage and do something, but no, it didn't happen. Patrick Moore, not conditioned at all. This is the last call out, guys, so these guys didn't do that well. Max Charles made some improvements, but still, I don't think it's enough to beat any of the 2 second call out guys. Maybe you could make an argument of him beating Cedric, maybe. Hakeem, no. No, I actually have Cedric last in that second call out, but it feels like Hakeem is going to be the last one. Probably because of the back. Hakeem's back is just not very conditioned. And this is the third call out, basically. You can see who is going to win here. I think Max Charles, then we're going to have Patrick Moore, maybe next Victor Martinez, then Morgan Aist, then Josh Lenartovitz in the last place, most likely Johnny O. Jackson. And for the end of the finals, judges gave us the final look at the top 3, and now you're going to see why I'm thinking Dexter is winning the show. So as the time goes on, their bodies are changing, you know. it's really minutes we're talking about right here when it comes to carving up, when it comes to drying out, and when these guys flex their muscle, they're using a lot of energy, and that can dry them out or make them fade away. So here you can see that Big Ramy is definitely the biggest guy right here, but not very conditioned. And these guys, they are all very complete. They all have legs, they all have chest, they all have shoulders, they all have arms, they all have backs, they all have pretty big waists, right? And not necessarily, you can say that Big Ramy has big waist but good abs. Dexter has small waist but pretty bad abs. Bonac has neither. He doesn't have small waist, nor he has developed abs, but he has everything else. He's thick as a brick. And here you can see Big Ramy's lower back not conditioned. That's gonna hurt him, and that's not gonna grant him the victory. So it's gonna be between these two guys, and actually, right now, Dexter seems conditioned more than Bonac. Look at it here. Look at this. I mean, this is most likely going to be the Blade's 30th victory. Guys, 30 pro shows and winning the Arnold Classic last. Maybe if he wins this show, he should retire right here. That would be just, a statement, right? But I don't think he's gonna do it. He has some fuel left in the tank. He enjoys this. Of course, you can see right now Big Ramy is in the middle of the lineup, but it doesn't really mean anything. I mean, he maybe thought something that maybe they're considering him for the top spot, but no. They just wanted to compare him to the both guys, just, to make sure, to give him a chance. And they gave him a chance, but by giving him two, side tricep, not bad pose for Big Ramy, but they gave him the abs and thighs. Not very good pose for him, but maybe he can actually dominate this pose compared to the other guys, because Bonac has no ab separation, Dexter pretty much the same thing, but he doesn't have the smallest waist, Big Ramy. And overall, it doesn't really matter at this point. No conditioning, no win at these kind of shows. So, at this point, I do have Big Ramy at third spot, and I do have William Bonac actually second, because he got softer. Look at it here. I have the Blade, Dexter, winning the show at 50 years of age. At 50 years of age, guys. Imagine this. This is amazing. I'm actually rooting for him. Let's hope so. That's gonna be a historic moment. Anyways, guys, if you enjoyed this video, like it. If you want to see more bodybuilding coverage and all kinds of bodybuilding updates, subscribe. All the best, guys, and keep it old school.